Oh, you!
You have no teeth!
I'll see you Tuesday. Now get out!
Oh!
You d***!
You piss me off.
That mother goddamn sheep shit in my goddamn yard! You see that mother in my yard? Frank Hell, I want to make cookies! Christmas cookies! Let me see! Oh, think of the goddamn thing! I'm in heaven, and I can't believe that you are in my life! I quit.
The Angry Grandpa Show is one of the most loved video series on YouTube, with people still talking about it and watching the videos even after the main character of the channel, Charles Green, better known as Angry Grandpa, died in December 2017. But the real story of who Angry Grandpa was as a person, and what his family life was like, is far more disturbing. From f***ing his own toddler grandchildren, because he assumed they were going to be homosexual, to being accused of outright by his own children, Charles' rabbit hole runs deeper and darker. The Angry Grandpa YouTube channel mainly featured videos where Charles would lose his temper over something, while his children, mostly Michael, also known as KidBehindACamera, recorded it. The format built a highly loyal fan base, earning nearly 5 million subscribers and close to 2 billion total views on the main channel alone. But Charles' life before fame was far from privileged. Charles Marvin Green Jr. was born on October 16, 1950, into a lower-class family. His father, Charles Marvin Green Sr., was a World War II veteran who had just returned from war by the time Angry Grandpa was born. However, Charles Sr. was not in good spirits after the war, and he took out his trauma on his own family, leading Angry Grandpa to endure a very difficult childhood from the very beginning. Charles Sr. would also catch Angry Grandpa smoking cigarettes when he was only 6 years old. Somehow, he decided the best way to stop him from smoking was to force him to smoke an entire pack of cigarettes, which only made him more addicted. Angry Grandpa went on to become a lifelong cigarette smoker.
I was 6-year-old.
What?
Me and old Russell Baker, we dug a big old hole under the house in St. Andrews Homes. And big old hole because you had that much room you can crawl into the house. And we go in there and we steal our daddy's cigarettes and go down there and smoke. Well, one day his daddy caught us. And he Russell with a goddamn water hose. Tore that mother bed, whelps from that son. Told my daddy made me smoke a whole carton of cigarettes. Shit, made me happy as hell.
On top of all of this, when Angry Grandpa was only 9 years old, Charles Sr. was involved in a serious car accident that left him permanently paralyzed from the neck down. As a result of this injury, the family struggled financially. At school, Charles was bullied for being poor, so he often pretended to be sick in order to stay home. His mother was also not a good parent to Charles, as she was reportedly very toward him. She favored his older sister Charlene most of the time. On one occasion, she even gave Charles' dream car to Charlene. Charlene later sold the car for far less than its actual value, which led to a fight between the two siblings. But that wasn't enough. At one point, she kicked Charles out of the house and disowned him, simply because he allowed some of the marchers from the 1960 Charleston Civil Rights March to ride in his car. For context, the march was organized by black citizens protesting racial segregation at the time. Charles' mother, who was reportedly extremely racist, disowned him for more than 2 years, just because he gave a group of black marchers a ride.
There is a thing that happened during the Civil Rights era. There was this march in Charleston, and I don't remember who was marching, but they were walking down West Ashley, and Dad let them get into his car. He had this open backed car, and they were able to get on the back of the car, and he drove them down the street. And it ended up in the newspaper. She kicked him out of the house, said she never wanted to speak to him again, and he took off and he went to Woodstock for he was a young man. He runs off to Woodstock and he doesn't come home for another 2 years.
Because of this, Charles was forced to become independent at a very young age. He spent much of his time outside the house, exploring different places and discovering new environments. This period of independence eventually led him to befriend a very dangerous individual. At some point in the 1970s, Charles became friends with the notorious serial killer Donald Henry Gaskins, also known as Pee Wee Gaskins. Gaskins was convicted of unaliving multiple people. During their friendship, Charles had no idea who Pee Wee really was. There was even an incident where the two were drinking and Charles became angry. Pee Wee's head into the counter during an argument. Pee Wee responded by telling him, "You would have been in my graveyard tomorrow if you weren't my friend." Fast forward to 1982. Angry Grandpa married his girlfriend, Tina Harper, after she became pregnant with their first child, Charles Jr., also known as Charlie. They went on to have 3 more children, Kimberly, Jennifer, and Michael. However, their life was far from stable due to their low financial status. Charles tried to support himself and his family by working several jobs, including serving as a volunteer firefighter, selling peanuts, doing apartment maintenance, and owning multiple failed small businesses, including a pornography business. Their situation worsened in the 1990s when Charles became morbidly obese, at one point reportedly reaching 800 pounds. As a result, he was unable to walk or move around properly. By the late 1990s, his condition had become so severe that he was forced to undergo weight loss surgery known as gastric bypass surgery. During the operation, his heart stopped beating, forcing doctors to abort the procedure in order to save his life. He later completed the surgery years afterward, but was left with dumping syndrome, a condition that causes frequent bowel movements and excessive gas. This became so common in his later videos that dozens of compilation videos were made about it. His various health complications, combined with bipolar disorder and substance use, often caused Charles to lash out at home. He threw tantrums almost every day over the smallest inconveniences, which made him extremely difficult for his family to live with. In 2007, one of his children, Michael, asked Charles to buy him a camera so he could record his father's outbursts and later show him how difficult he was to live with. Charles agreed and bought Michael the camera. During Christmas in 2007, Michael used it to record an incident in which Charles came home and discovered that his daughter Jennifer and her children had already opened the Christmas presents. Charles became furious and began kicking objects around the house, which caused Jennifer and the children to cry.
What do you mean in? I just got here.
Took too long. Kids wanted to open them.
Well, what's this shit? I mean,
Dad, it's 9 o'clock.
I'm Grandpa.
Yep.
I should be your present.
It's not, Dad, it's 9 o'clock.
I don't care
All
what
right,
time it is.
Dad, I'm recording, stop it. Dad,
I could have come at 12 o'clock, and y'all should have away the present for me.
They woke up too early.
I don't care what you got now. I don't care.
oh,
There's some more for you.
Dad, it's Christmas.
I don't care. I should have been here for this. What is your problem? I'm your dad.
Hey, don't talk to her
Hey,
like
who you
that.
talk to, man?
I can talk to whoever the hell I want to in my house.
Michael then uploaded the video to then popular video sharing website Break.com. Surprisingly, the video garnered hundreds of thousands of views. However, Charles was not happy about it. In another video where Michael, alongside his older brother Charlie, was talking about the upload, Charles became furious. The argument escalated, and he ended up fighting with Charlie and throwing hot coffee at Michael.
We posted it on the internet.
You did what?
Posted it on Break.com. It's this real popular website.
So I get what? Few hundred people see it?
Actually, there's close to 600,000 people.
What? Are y'all fucking crazy? Hey, fuck this shit.
You gotta cut that shit.
No, shut up. You got right? Y'all, man, y'all make me look like an apple. Y'all make me look like an apple every time.
Michael posted this video as well, which also received decent views. Seeing this, Michael doubled down by filming more videos and posting them online. By 2010, they had shifted to YouTube and created a channel called TheAngryGrandpaShow, where Charles Green became the main subject of the channel and took on the nickname Angry Grandpa. The videos mainly showed Charles destroying things around the house after becoming angry about something.
There it is! I'll let me play it! Let me see! Oh, pick up the goddamn thing!
Just like the earlier videos on Break.com, Angry Grandpa quickly gained traction. However, the videos were not only getting views, but also positive audience reactions. One person said, "I haven't laughed so much in my life. Angry Grandpa's show, you are great." Another said, "He is the personality of the year. God damn, I'm loving this." While the channel was already growing quickly, it grew even faster once Michael started making prank videos that would annoy Charles and trigger his tantrums. The very first prank video on the channel was the Kool-Aid prank, where Michael put Kool-Aid in Grandpa's shower head to prank him. Charles was also very gullible and believed almost everything he saw written on paper or displayed on a computer screen. This made it possible for Michael to prank him in numerous creative ways, such as the time he wrote a fake letter from the government accusing Charles of tax fraud.
No. Fuck no! Did you do my taxes right?
I don't know how to work TurboTax.
Did you,
I'm not H&R Block.
mother, they're holding up my goddamn money.
Yeah, I know
They're
that.
auditing my mother ass. It could take 6 goddamn months. I don't spend for the goddamn money. Holy mother. Shit. That's my goddamn income tax money.
I'm sorry, I don't.
What the hell did you do wrong with my taxes?
What?
Then they called the other day while I went to the hospital.
They called. They called. And you goddamn didn't tell me? That's not important enough.
But Charles' rages would sometimes get so out of control that he was even arrested after he destroyed thousands of dollars worth of property in the house after he lost his candy. He was later released from prison with an order to attend anger management classes.
What doing?
Relax, please.
What am I got?
Dad, You're going too far here.
I'll show you too goddamn far. Goddamn.
Okay, okay.
Goddamn, fuck this shit.
Whoa! Okay, this is getting dangerous.
Fuck y'all!
Despite the growing success on YouTube, The Angry Grandpa Show had its first major controversy when Tina, Angry Grandpa's wife, decided to break up with him and leave the house. Grandpa and Tina's marriage had problems long before this. According to Grandpa, Tina was very chaotic and would often become angry and start fights whenever things did not go her way. Grandpa said he stayed in the marriage because he believed divorce would be bad for the children.
Now, we fought all the time. And you wouldn't work. You wouldn't do nothing. It's just and complain and moan and groan about everything. If I didn't do exactly what she wanted, it was hell to pay. The only reason I stayed with her so long was because of my kids. I'm a big believer, when you got small kids, you stay, regardless of whether you're happy or not, you stay in that marriage until the kids are old enough to do for their own.
She had been jealous of Grandpa's mother and her relationship with Charles. She would often initiate fights with her. When Grandpa's mother was sick and living with them, Tina was always on bad terms with her, cursing at her. Even after she died, Tina destroyed her belongings before Grandpa could get them.
Tina was always crazy. Tina was always crazy. She was so jealous of my mother. So my mom died, and everything that my mother left me, Tina either broke or disappeared. She wanted me to have nothing to do with anything that belonged to my mom.
Tina also appeared multiple times in the early days of the Angry Grandpa YouTube channel, with many clips focusing on her deep love for the famous singer Elvis Presley and Grandpa's strong dislike of Elvis. Tina was such a devoted fan that she kept his picture in their room, which Grandpa would tear down and mock. As the channel grew bigger, so did Tina's jealousy toward Grandpa. One of Grandpa's daughters, Jennifer, had children, and because she was not stable enough to raise them at the time, Grandpa was given custody of the kids. However, Tina attempted to hurt Grandpa by calling Child Protective Services and accusing him of bad parenting. Not only that, but she also tore up the children's social security cards, their Medicaid documents, and Grandpa's birth certificate. Tina's erratic behavior worsened when one day she saw Grandpa chatting with his fans, and immediately accused him of cheating on her. Although Grandpa was only chatting with random fans, and some of them were not even the women, Tina persisted with her accusations and escalated the situation into a heated argument. After this, Tina left the house after spraying inappropriate words on Grandpa's car.
In the meantime, I didn't notice it was on the back of my car. She took a key and she scratched. He'll fuck anything with a pussy.
Eventually, the two got divorced, and Grandpa started to focus more on making videos consistently. The channel grew rapidly, hitting 100,000 subscribers in 2012, just 2 years after they started on YouTube. Despite the success online, they were still financially struggling and living in a trailer park called Trailerwood. This situation worsened in April 2012 after the Boeing Airplane Company decided to take over the area and evict thousands of people living in the trailer park, including Grandpa and his family. But Grandpa was not willing to give up his trailer easily. Instead, he decided to have his followers call the city and the property owners of the trailer park to protest the eviction.
We need your support. We need your phone calls. I don't give a damn what else. I want your phone calls right here. This it, Mike?
Yeah, that's right.
Call these numbers. City Hall, Boeing, Trailwood, Bill Whitting, and Mr. Truelock. Need your help, people. I need your phone calls. Please give them a holler. Tell them what you think. Tell them you ain't gonna play that shit. See, they think it's just gonna be a local South Carolina issue. Grandpa don't make it South Carolina. Grandpa does what he does best. We go big. We going worldwide.
Grandpa's devoted audience began calling these call centers so frequently that some of them had to be closed. Despite their efforts, the takeover of the trailer park was ultimately inevitable. Angry Grandpa eventually had to relocate his trailer, which added more stress to the already financially struggling family. Soon enough, their YouTube channel started to pay off. The channel reached 1 million subscribers in 2015, and Michael bought Grandpa a new house, which was a huge success for a family that had lived their entire lives in poverty.
No, dude, it's yours.
No, Michael.
Dad.
No.
It's yours.
I don't deserve it, Mike.
Yeah, you do.
No, Mike, you can't do this.
Every kid wants to
Take
buy
your
their
key.
father a house.
Take your key, man.
It's your key.
Mike, I don't deserve this.
Yeah, you do.
You and Bridget have your own life to live, and y'all have your own stuff to do, and I just don't deserve it.
You deserve everything, Pop. You're on my life.
While the channel was thriving, one accusation against the videos started to grow louder and louder, that the videos were staged, and that Angry Grandpa was simply raging for the camera. Furthermore, the videos are fake accusations, were casually started by a well-known YouTuber named Ray William Johnson, while he was reacting to compilations of rage videos. Ironically, after watching Ray's commentary on him, Grandpa would yet again get pissed.
What are you talking about? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, why the f*** is Santa Claus there going in?
What the fuck? You son of a...
So, with all that in mind, my guess is this video's fake.
What? Fake! Goddamn! Fuck you! Fuck you! You son of a... Who the fuck do you think you are? You goddamn...
This fake video allegation took a worse turn once a YouTube user named Dylan for the Win came forward, accusing Angry Grandpa's videos of being staged and of being fake drama. What made this even more interesting was the fact that Dylan had been featured in one of Angry Grandpa's videos.
Well, hey, here you go. Round number 3, because that one didn't work.
According to Grandpa's account on the famous YouTuber Keemstar's Drama Alert YouTube channel, Dylan was actually a big fan of The Angry Grandpa Show. After becoming famous, trolls began targeting Grandpa, threatening to unalive him and dox his address online. Not fully understanding how the internet worked, Grandpa became extremely stressed and eventually contacted Dylan after he offered to help them fight the trolls. For a while, Dylan did help by sending threats to people who were threatening Grandpa, as well as threatening to take legal action, send escorts to their homes, and similar actions. However, after they became friendly, Dylan began obsessing over Angry Grandpa, usually calling him every day, multiple times a day. Eventually, Grandpa became tired of this and decided to cut ties with Dylan. Instead of backing off, Dylan attempted to blackmail Grandpa by saying he would release their chat logs online and end Grandpa's career if they did not give him a shout-out on their channel. Michael eventually did give him a shout-out on his own KidBehindACamera channel, referring to Dylan as their friend.
Once again, Grandpa's ignoring my calls, doesn't want to talk to me, he's avoiding me. And it's not just me. Our friend Dylan wrote me on Facebook and said he can't reach Grandpa, I can't reach Grandpa, nobody can reach Grandpa. Dylan, if you reach Grandpa before I do, tell him I'd like to talk to him. I'd like to talk to my father.
But Dylan was not satisfied with this, so he made a YouTube channel dedicated to exposing Angry Grandpa's videos as fake and staged.
One of the most recent videos that The Angry Grandpa Show uploaded, it was about a Valentine's Day prank, and it was about OK Cupid messages, and then Mike shows up dressed as a trans trying to like date him type of thing. That is fake. That is scripted. Because Angry Grandpa has a girlfriend that's 30 years old. I have a clip of that.
These videos gained traction online, causing both Michael and Angry Grandpa to become worried. They responded by accusing Dylan of being an obsessive stalker. Grandpa himself admitted to being extremely stressed about the situation, fearing that it could make him lose the channel. He even cried during the Keemstar interview video.
Yeah. Really? I'm sorry. I don't mean to cry, but I just get so tired of this.
Well,
yeah, I have a half a heart, okay? And I used to be in a wheelchair. I was on a breathing machine.
Seeing this, Angry Grandpa's audience quickly sided with him and began harassing Dylan by leaving negative comments on his YouTube and Twitter accounts. Eventually, this led Dylan to quit social media by deleting both his Twitter and YouTube accounts. But ironically enough, years later, after accusing him of all these horrible things, Michael made a video stating that Dylan had always been friendly with the family and was never a stalker, which directly contradicted the earlier claims.
So Dylan, I appreciate your friendship, man, and I'm glad we were able to work things out. You're totally not a stalker, okay? You're not Grandpa's stalker, okay? You're a friend.
While Dylan quickly dropped these allegations, Angry Grandpa's audience did not. People continued to question whether the videos were fake. However, Michael and Angry Grandpa consistently responded by saying the videos were all organic and not exaggerated for clicks.
So I've been getting a lot of people asking me about the video last night, if it was fake, if it was some sort of prank to Grandpa, and I can tell you now it's not. Grandpa's been using that box at home by himself without me being there.
But ironically enough, even during the interview on Keemstar's channel, Keemstar himself referred to the videos as staged and exaggerated, and neither Grandpa nor Michael responded or corrected him. These accusations became so widespread that many people eventually became convinced that most of the videos were faked and that they had been fooled. One person said, "Honestly, the Angry Grandpa show was 100% staged. I'm not saying they didn't love each other or that some moments weren't real, but the rages and freakouts were clearly planned. You can see it if you watch closely. The camera is always conveniently set up before anything happens. Grandpa never actually destroys anything of real value unless it was already broken or replaceable, and the reactions are way too over the top to be genuine." And if this was not bad enough, Angry Grandpa had also been accused online of being abusive. It was not difficult to notice that the line between Grandpa's borderline anger issues and outright abusive behavior toward his own family was very thin, and there had always been speculation that Angry Grandpa was an father. The speculation became more serious after deeply unsettling clips surfaced of Angry Grandpa throwing objects toward his grandsons while accusing them of being homosexuals. What made this even more disturbing was the fact that these were children who might not even understood what the word gay meant, let alone understood sexuality. These accusations were later substantiated by one of Grandpa's daughters, Jennifer. Jennifer directly stated that Angry Grandpa was very abusive, especially before the YouTube era. She said that since he was a heavy drinker, he would physically abuse his family.
Did I really say that out loud? I'm sorry, guys. Dad really wasn't. Dad would the hell out of me all the time.
She even told a story about when she was around 12 years old, when Angry Grandpa got mad and her just because she turned the heater up since it was freezing in the house.
Well, maybe 13 years old, and we were living in, I believe, Gaston at the time. And I would always wake up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was always so freezing because I was always like this skinny little thing, and I never had any meat on my bones. So what I would do is I would take my blanket and go and turn up the heat like full blast. And then one day my dad finally got tired of it, and I was laying on the air vent, and then, you know, my dad like kicks it out of me and then yanks the blanket off of me and says, "God damn."
Despite these disturbing stories, the audience still loved the show, and the channel continued growing, reaching 3 million subscribers in January 2017. But only a few weeks later, a shocking tragedy would hit Grandpa and deeply affect the family: Angry Grandpa's cancer diagnosis. On February 10th, 2017, Grandpa uploaded an emotional video announcing his diagnosis of skin cancer. Shortly after posting the video, Michael commented explaining more about the situation. "I want to thank you guys for so much love and support over these last 10 years. We've done this through the best of times and the worst of times, and at the request of Grandpa, this isn't going to stop us either. At this point, it's likely to have spread throughout his back and around his spinal cord." The show's audiences were also extremely shocked and saddened by the news. One person said, "At first I thought this was a prank, but then I was in tears." And another said, "God damn, I wish you guys the best. I have been watching for a long time, seeing almost all of the pranks, and I damn sure wish this was one." Despite being sick, Grandpa did not want to stop making videos and wanted to continue as usual. He even became angry when Michael told him he was not going to prank him and wanted him to focus on his health.
Dad, I'm giving like a little thing saying you're not how things change now.
Hey, goddamn thing changes.
What does that mean?
If I want to break something, I'm still gonna break it. If I want to goddamn prank your ass, I'm gonna do it. And if you don't prank me, I'm still gonna do me too.
I'm not pranking you.
Yeah, you're not. It's the only thing gonna get me through all this.
I'm not pranking you.
You gotta prank me. It's what's getting me through this. It's what's keeping me going. All right?
You want to be pranked.
Goddamn, why would I say what I do?
Dad, calm down.
Then damn, you disagree with what I say.
I agree.
Soon enough, Angry Grandpa had surgery to remove the tumor, and he was able to beat the cancer successfully in the following few months, giving hope to his audience and allowing the channel to return to normal. However, Angry Grandpa's health deteriorated again around July of that same year after he was diagnosed with cirrhosis and also developed pneumonia from years of chronic smoking. The complications from both diseases eventually led to Angry Grandpa's death on December 10th, 2017, at the age of 67. Soon after, Michael made a video announcing the death of his father.
What's going on, you guys? KidBehindACamera here.
Rich OS here.
And today, I've got to make a very unfortunate video.
The video we've always feared.
I've never wanted to make this video. Today, we lost Angry Grandpa.
This was met with an overwhelming reaction from the internet, with the video alone getting 15 million views. People also expressed their grief in the comments, and many made videos reacting to the death of Angry Grandpa. The news was also aired on a local news network. This marked Angry Grandpa as a legend of YouTube who is still loved and adored by fans, but the controversy surrounding the family drama only grew bigger after his death. Charles Marvin Green III, better known as Charlie Chill, is the oldest child of Angry Grandpa. He first appeared in the very first video from 2007 where Angry Grandpa ruined Christmas, as well as in the next video where he and Michael argued with Grandpa after telling him that his earlier Christmas video had gained hundreds of thousands of views. However, Charlie did not appear again in Angry Grandpa videos until 2015, after he moved into Angry Grandpa's house. Charlie was a heavy drinker and wanted nothing more than to sleep all day, drink beer, and play video games. Charlie also had no intention of getting a job. Instead, he wanted to profit from his father's YouTube success by creating his own channel in Grandpa's shadow. Charlie created several YouTube channels, but the one that became successful was his Charlie Chill YouTube channel, where he was able to earn more than 100,000 subscribers. The channel was doing well until June 29, 2017, when a heavily intoxicated Charlie, who appeared to be in a hallucination-like state, posted multiple pornographic videos on his channel. His channel was subsequently terminated by YouTube for violating terms and policies. But Charlie's behavior on this day was far worse than from just posting inappropriate videos. After having a disagreement with Angry Grandpa in the previous days of that same month, Charlie moved out of the house and stayed at Michael's home. During his stay, Charlie's behavior became increasingly erratic, as he frequently used heavy substances and often became paranoid over nothing. This erratic behavior worsened on June 29th. Earlier that day, Michael received a call from Chris, a friend of Charlie's who was with him at the pool house. Chris told Michael to return home because Charlie had and was jumping in the pool while acting strangely. Upon arriving home, Michael witnessed Charlie running and dancing around the front yard with a pair of pants on his head. Michael approached Charlie and asked why he was behaving that way, to which Charlie responded by screaming and growling in his face and threatening to attack him. Charlie had also badly burned one of his fingers, which raised questions about whether he had been attempting to burn the house down.
What have I done? You destroyed the pool house. You got in my face and started screaming at me when I tried to bring you something to eat. We did that. I'm not talking about no fake videos. I'm talking about an hour ago when I tried to bring you something to eat and you tried to launch at me.
Eventually, the police arrived and took Charlie to the hospital to sober him up from the effects of the drugs. But shockingly enough, even after sobering up, Charlie decided to return to Michael's house the same day all of this happened and began arguing with Michael's girlfriend, Bridget. Charlie even accused her of sleeping with her own cousin. A day after this incident, Charlie issued an apology but blamed his actions on the drugs he had used, even though he had Bridget after he had already sobered up.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Charlie checking in here. I'm sorry to everybody, man, everything that went down, it's my fault, it's true. I went out, I partied, I came home, I destroyed all my stuff, man, dang. I raised hell, showed my butt, man, and this is my consequences, man. I didn't nobody, I promise you that, I did not, guys. I really don't know what else to say, man. I'm here at the bottom now, man, and maybe I do deserve it, guys. I just want to let you all know, man, that I want to apologize for letting you all down, man. And I want to try to do everything I can to try to make it better and come back a better person. So that's it.
But Charlie's behavior gets even worse because while he was living at Grandpa's house, he asked his nephew to smoke and drink beer. Not only that, he also threatened to hurt them if they ever told anyone about it. The child did not tell anyone about it for a while, but this did not stop Charlie from being physically violent. Charlie would also assault his other nephew for no apparent reason. After all of this came to light, Grandpa cut ties with Charlie, and Bridget and Michael started pressing charges. With the family turning their backs on him, even more information began to surface from his two sisters. Kim and Jennifer revealed a very dark history about Charlie from the past, which further showed how deeply troubled his behavior had been.
Just told us, and then now Jennifer, that Charles and one of his friends themselves onto both of my sisters. Hey, I won't put this up, Jennifer, if you don't want me to.
No one knows. So.
Do you want me to put this up or not? Because I won't.
Why would you do that, Charlie? I always looked up to you. You were my best friend.
While some people to this day defend Charlie, claiming that these accusations were made up by Michael, Charlie himself confessed to doing all of it on his Twitter. He even told Michael in their DMs that the family allowing him to stay with them was indeed a bad judgment. But Charlie's behavior did not change even when Angry Grandpa was sick and in the hospital. Grandpa did not want anything to do with Charlie, so he told all the hospital staff to never let Charlie see him. Charlie, angered by his family not wanting anything to do with him, took out his anger on Facebook, going on a rant and even saying, "I wish my dad would die already." But Charlie is not the only one of Angry Grandpa's children with serious accusations against him. Michael also faced significant criticism, adopting the name KidBehindACamera to reflect his role in filming Grandpa and handling the channel's technical work. Michael made a name for himself on YouTube and gained over 2.5 million subscribers, but not without backlash, including some disturbing incidents. One of these controversies involved an old video of Michael pranking everyone in the house. In the video, Michael was seen spitting into a pot of food and then recording everyone's reactions after they ate it. Everyone ate the food, but nobody took a second bite, and Jennifer was quick to spit the food into the garbage, showing that it was not fake, and that Michael had actually given his own family food that he had spat.
I remember 2 or 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. I remember when the Super Bowl, they showed the Hulk for the first time that day. Yeah, feed that baby.
While Michael was still loved by fans even after these shocking videos came out, this began to change after Angry Grandpa died, as people started to accuse him of exploiting his father's name. One of the first accusations came when Michael released merchandise the day after Grandpa died and attempted to sell it by capitalizing on the viral attention surrounding Angry Grandpa's death.
I get it, you know, like, but some of the accusations, Michael, like 48 hours after he dies, you have a t-shirt that says, "Rest in peace, Grandpa." Is that a real thing? Is that a real t-shirt you had?
Yeah, it's a real... That's not me. I don't design the t-shirts.
Michael also resorted to clickbaiting every video he uploaded, sometimes even using Angry Grandpa's name and titles while promising the video was about him, only to post something entirely unrelated. When he was questioned about this in an interview, he responded by blaming YouTube's algorithm.
Okay, there's a major problem on YouTube where... I know it, they don't know it. There's a major problem on YouTube where you have to clickbait, and if you don't clickbait, viewership is going to drop and interaction drops and everything... I don't want to have to clickbait. Right. I wish YouTube wasn't the platform that it is now where I have to clickbait every video. I don't want to do that, man.
And the clickbait became so frequent across both Michael's channels and the Angry Grandpa channel that people eventually grew bored and frustrated with it. His comment sections under many videos were filled with messages from viewers saying things like, "The pictures have nothing to do with the video you are watching." This led to KidBehindACamera becoming a lolcow on the internet, with people making videos showing how he destroyed his own family's legacy on YouTube. But even beyond that, the entire family has been exposed as extremely chaotic and depraved. To this day, they still fight with each other, creating drama, and then, instead of solving it privately, they come onto YouTube and accuse one another. Eventually, while Angry Grandpa is remembered by many as a YouTube legend, the dark history uncovered about him is undeniable, and the entire history of the family is disturbing.